Jai Hare Krishna. Good morning, obeisances.
Good morning, obeisances. Quietly from Vilugovinda ashram veranda, because everyone's sleeping, because they deserve it. All right, so I need to speak a little quietly today, and I hope you can hear me okay?
Yes.
And you can, all right. So Vrindavaneshri Didi, you are also in the night, but you're in the different night. I mean, you're in the beginning of the night or the middle of the night, and I'm at the end of the night. So Vrindavaneshri Didi, Leela Moy Prabhu, looking like day, also in the night there. Radha Sundari, just nearby in Israel, and Radha Sundari, not a Radha Sundari in, remind me, Praneshwari.
Radha Sundari. Maybe Mayapur Maharaj.
In Mayapur, oh yes, of course, sorry. Blank brain at 4 a.m. I just had a shower and I've come out and trying to keep warm. All right. And Rupa Nuga Prabhu in his car, Hare Krishna, and back in Australia doing the needful for his relatives, for his son. And Seva Rupa Devidasi in South Africa, and Jeevan Aditi. So you're with us here. You're with us here on Zoom and also on Facebook. Let's see. I do have Facebook on too. All right, dear devotees, my obeisances to you all, one by one, and happy to be with you. Let us begin with Vandeham, Omagyana, Vanchakalpa, and Namo Maha, as we do. Can't say as a rule, but in the expression as a rule. It's not a rule, but in English at least they say as a rule means generally. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuttapara Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadritam Parijam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishatan Vitancha Om Jnana Vimarandasya Dhyananjana Shalataya Chakshu Amritam Dena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Oh, I see. Vanchakalpa Vyescha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvijay Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right. And here also, very nearby, we do have Nirupama Devidasi with us and Lakshmi Priya Devidasi. Although it says Ukraine, she's actually about, I don't know, 10 meters away, 20 meters away, here in Vilugovinda ashram. All right, so at least I can say from this side of the world, a good morning greeting to you on the morning of the actual installation day of the deities of Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna, and their names have already been revealed quite publicly from the time when Munindra Mohan Prabhu and Krishna Kanta Devidasi were in Thailand and accepting the service of the deities by being their carriers to bring them to India, to Gurudev at his Pushpa Samadhi in Govardhan, and then here to Thailand. So their names have been very publicly and repeatedly mentioned. So we can say Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandha Vika Gopinath. Arriving here means their worship will start today with some pomp and ceremony. So we've got our chief priest, Devashish Prabhu here. And we have already, I don't know how many, but quite a lot of devotees, because in Italy, everyone's like very excited because it's Italy, you know, the grand installation of the deities here in Italy. Everyone's very eager and keen. So we've got from Liguria, from around and about, devotees have taken time off work, and they've driven quite a long way to come from Rome also. We've got 1, 2, 3 from Rome, and more will be coming for the day. So we have a festival here, and actually, if you want to know where I'm sitting in the veranda. If I can turn the camera around. Just dropped the electricity. So I don't know what you can see, but here, until late last night, they're preparing the garlands and things. You probably can't, I don't know, you probably can't see. Sorry about that. But they've been very much yesterday in festival mode. And yesterday evening, we also had an Adivas evening program with Srila Bhakti Bimalavadut Maharaj being the chief guest. It means it was for his program for yesterday evening, and of course he has everyone participating here too. But we had a informative, like a good, substantial evening program. And that was the Adivas festival. And then today, the actual program was going to take place starting in 3.5 hours time, the regular time of the Zoom that is here, not Zoom, Facebook and Instagram now, from Vila Govinda or Vila Govinda Ashram on Facebook and Instagram. That regular time that we normally broadcast, today will also broadcast, but it'll be, as far as I understand, the beginning of the fire yagya. So maybe it'll be some inside and some outside. And then it's a whole morning, full morning program of installation. And then today is going to be busy, like all day. It wouldn't be possible to get all the devotees' attention to sit down for a program as such. So tomorrow morning, at 11 a.m. our time, means we'll have an additional morning program tomorrow. Then Srila Goswami Maharaj from Thailand, then he will address the devotees, and he'll be part of that, or the main part of that morning program. Oh, look, we got pilgrims. We have pilgrims at the gate of Govinda Kund. Do I have no sound?
It's Paramananda transmitting, but the sound is off.
Okay, all right. Everything is good. So, okay. So we are, okay, we'll interrupt our introduction. We'll interrupt the introduction for the installation to have a glimpse of Paramananda Prabhu Vishaka Devidasi, of Keshavananda Prabhu, and of, no doubt, so many other devotees there, as they're chanting Hare Krishna, making a lot of noise at Govinda Kund. And this is the noise we should all be making all the time, as much as possible. And so there, just, you saw a lion just now. He's standing, one lion each side of the gate above here, protecting. And here the devotees are heading out on pilgrimage. So let us, and there is Govinda Kund. You can just see a boat for a moment. And there is Giriraj temple in the center of Govinda Kund. And of course, you may not be noticing that because you're seeing the effulgent devotees. So devotees and the road outside. And
that looks like Gopal. Yes.
It is Nitya Gopal Prabhu. And maybe his auto rickshaw, he has one of these auto, it's Nitya Gopal Prabhu, okay. And he does have one of these auto rickshaws too. And he's serving the devotees by helping them and arranging.
How are you, Maharaj?
We are happy to see you, Nitya Gopal Prabhu, to see the wonderful Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, where Guru Maharaj and Gurudev have given so much to everything to the world, more than has ever been given to more of the world than ever before. And from there, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev have presented the whole world with the nourishment forever. And we are very happy to be connected there today.
Waiting for you also one day. We are waiting you also, you, Maharaj, everybody can come.
I am there now by heart. Thank you, Nitya Gopal Prabhu. You have a very sticky internet connection. Oh, maybe you don't have an internet connection at all. All right. All right, let's come back to Navadip in just a second, because I just finished introducing the programs that are taking place here. And so 7:30 will be broadcast from here. 9:30 will be, this is all subject to change by the will of Providence, capital W and capital P, but 9:30 a.m., the actual Abhishek and Pran Pratishta, as they say in Sanskrit, inviting the Lord like officially to the altar, etc., with worship in the temple room will begin at 9:30 in the morning this morning. And then today, so many devotees here, a busy day, but then tomorrow, then we shall have a special program in the morning, 11 o'clock, before 11 o'clock our time it will start, but 11 o'clock our time tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. Here on Friday, that is Friday, Italy time at 11 a.m. Srila Goswami Maharaj will speak. And then in due course of time, coming here, after Gaurupanima will be coming Srila Ashram Maharaj, Srila Janardhan Maharaj, and also Srila Trivikram Maharaj. So they're all in person, they in person will be coming here. And will also continue the festival of the installation of the deities. So this is our news from Italy, and really a hive of industry, a hive of seva, not industry, a hive of seva with the devotees preparing. Let's come now to Keshavananda Prabhu, and maybe you can just give us a little news in Vrindavan, in Navadip, Keshavananda and Paramananda. What's taking place there?
Well, we're just about to go on Parikrama, Maharaj, with our last day of Parikrama to Champahati and Mammagachi and Vidyanagar and places this side. And we're very, we're very happy to be here with the devotees, trying to do some service and to hear and discuss the glories of Sri Chaitanya Saraswata Mat and our divine, beautiful, wonderful guardians in Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj, hearing their wonderful Krishna Katha and discussing with the devotees and singing with the devotees and taking prasadam with the devotees, happily here in our home, sweet home. Very nice, just wonderful, Maharaj, wonderful relationships with all the devotees and with the animals. We have now quite a few very friendly dogs. Well, there's always dogs around, but now they've been adopted by the devotees, so they're very happy, and the geese are very happy, and there's so many birds singing, and the occasional naughty monkey. Mostly they're well behaved, but I think this one had relatives in Vrindavan because he was a little naughty yesterday. What can I say, Marge? It's wonderful to be here after so many years. Again, we're going on Parikrama of Navadip Dham. Today is the final day of this particular tour. Vishaka Didi with a group will leave today, and a few other devotees are here a little longer, and we'll go in different directions. So it's the final day of quite a long, it's been a month practically, almost a month in Govardhan and Vrindavan and here. So we're happily tired, but very nourished, and hopefully we can all leave this particular program feeling enthusiastic to continue with our saber and to, you know, to keep our eyes fixed on. Oh, cello, cello! I'm hearing being shouted behind me. So anyway, my dad, here's the cello, celloa.
Keep us in the
What can I
Dandavad.
say? Amazing association in such amazing place. Jai Shri Bhakti Sindar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Right.
Yeah.
Dandavad.
Okay, well, you're all looking healthy and wealthy inside. So very happy to hear. And after the group leave from here today, are they going on, or this is actually the end of the parikrama, the organized parikrama itself?
Yes, the car is coming for the group going to Kolkata at 4 o'clock today. So this is our last day with Vishaka's group here. And it's so nice to meet Shripad Paramananda in person and Shikeshavananda and Mikamal.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Maharaj, Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Maharaj. ভালো আছেন?
আমি ভালো আছি, ভগবানের কৃপায়, বৈষ্ণবের কৃপায় আমি ভালো আছি। আপনি কেমন আছেন?
মহারাজ আপনি এখানে আসুন তাড়াতাড়ি।
Okay.
Anyhow,
আসবো।
we're about to start. I can just say here to what Keshwarana Prabhu said. And I can add that the temple is beautifully maintained and Govinda Kund is shiningly beautiful and lots of flowers around. So everything is wonderful.
All right, we're very happy to have this touch of our dear Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, the home of our heart, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And may our remembrance of them and their teachings be always strengthened by parikrama and by so many of the devotional and by all the devotional activities. Jai.
All right.
Dandavad to everyone, Prabhu. Please continue happily. Nitai Gaur Pemanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Well, just see the center of the world. And as Srila Guru Maharaj said to Goswami Maharaj when he was going to go back to America one time, so now you are going to go to some distant corner of the world, which of course strikes to the heart of the Californians, doesn't it, Jeevana Didi? Because California does think it's the center of the world, but every country thinks it's the center of the world, or every region. It's just the nature of the world. Hare Krishna. All right. So, Pranashri has put in the chat box. Oh, okay. So this is, for the installation festival today. Yes. Well done, Pranashri Didi. And by the way, I did see that there is a recording of yesterday evening, the evening program. And I'll put that chat. It'll just take a second to come up into the box. All right. And now one thing is, excuse me, the very auspicious 300th class. When? This class.
Today, Maharaj, in celebration of Italy.
Is it really the 300th class?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, very auspicious, very auspicious.
Wow. I am lost for words, and I'm not usually so lost for words, but there we are, lost for words. I'm going to put in a box, the chat box also, yesterday evening, because yesterday evening, there were various aspects of the installation of the deities, the history of the deities, and the history of Italy. I mean, many things came up, and it was very beautifully presented. And so this is a recording I just put in there, the adivas of the installation. It's a recording, but For those of you who may have a little time on your hands, or as you're traveling, to put in your ear on your car loudspeaker, while everyone else is listening to whatever things they're listening to, we can listen to something good. And this is the reason we have headphones. This is the reason Krishna has allowed us to have all these things. And remember, we didn't, from our generation, when we were young, we didn't have portable cassette players also. They didn't become small until a little later on. We had the big reel-to-reel tape recorders, and then only later, then the small cassette players came into being. So Krishna has allowed this right at the time of Guru Maharaj, right at the time of Gurudev. All right, so dear devotees, and those who've joined us also in the meantime, means Suresh Krishna Prabhu, Jayadev Prabhu, and Priyananda Devi Rasidana K, Jai Gauranga in Australia also joined us. So who's joined us? A big welcome. And well, 300th, back to basics. I don't know that that's the celebration day, but this day is a good day because it was chosen by Gurudev for the installation of the deities of Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Ramana Sundar in Koikali. And it is not a day in the calendar, which is another, like a day which the appearance day or something else like this in the calendar. But Gurudev chose this day in particular. And so following that inspiration, following in the footsteps of the acharyas, following in the footsteps of Gurudev, then when there was discussion about the deities being installed before Gaurapanima, then Goswami Maharaj was mentioning specifically about how Gurudev chose like particular days and how he chose this day. And he didn't know that this day was coming up before Gaurapanima. He was just used as an example, Koikali. And then we saw on the calendar while he was chatting, I was just looking on the calendar to see dates before Gaurapanima, and we saw, oh, Koikali, the very mention that he's coming up with, and then it just fitted into place. Though a surprise for the devotees, because they were all planning for the beginning of the first week of July to have that festival. But Goswami Maharaj said, no, we should not make the Lord wait. The Lord wants to come, and the Lord likes Gaurapanima, so he should be installed before Gaurapanima. So anyway, beautiful things taking place, and we're with lots of devotees, and we're with you, and we're going to be with many devotees around the world too. Yes, okay, I'm going to be quiet for a moment. And just now, the touch of Navadip, of course, to have that remembrance, a reminder to go to the most worshipful places, and to be only seeing anything spiritual, the spiritual side. Then let us continue in this mood of seeing only the good everywhere and not allowing ourselves to go in any other direction. Hare Krishna. So any question from anybody? Any unfinished business, Praneshwari, from last 3 days ago, 4 days ago?
No, we don't have anything pending. But Maharaj, now that you ask, I was listening to a class of Srila Gurudev in Hawaii. And he said, we have to be under one umbrella. And he mentioned that Srila Guru Maharaj said that, no, he said, Srila Guru Maharaj has only one ship, and we are all passengers in that ship. And that was so encouraging and so beautiful, because I am a dreamer. I dream that we are all under one umbrella, and we have to stop trying to have differences. We don't need that. We have to be serving together lovingly. I just wanted to share that, Maharaj.
Gurudev wants it, we want it, everybody wants it. But there are always challenges in this world. And you see, at some point, and we have to accept there are differences amongst the opinions, etc. But not to deny the unity which is there. And actually, you know, we've mentioned this at the time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance, his Vyasa Puja, which was recently, and the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's appearance. Since Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance, so many branches of the Gaudiya Math related to the Gaudiya Math. I mean, Gaudiya Math means Saraswati Thakur's mission. The whole of the India, the whole of the world has come to Krishna consciousness due to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and means principally Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So there are differences in opinion and this and character and so many things amongst those who have come in the generations since Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But the unity is there, that everybody gives honor to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, everyone gives honor to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So there is this unity where the devotees come together for those two festivals of their Vyasa Puja, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Vyasa Puja, Srila Saraswati Thakur's Vyasa Puja, and to emphasize the necessity for the common ground of the common preaching of what is Mahaprabhu's teachings, and then accommodate all the other things that take place. It is not new. This is not that only in this generation and around the world there are differences of opinion, differences of nature, differences of many things. So we need to go on in this world. So we are very happy you have this dream. Gurudev also had this dream. But Gurudev also saying, everywhere I go, I get two of this, two of that, two of this, two of that. And sometimes very close together he gets two, where the devotees in Gurudev's time, they don't necessarily see eye to eye, but they're going on with the preaching. And the preaching of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, Srila Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj. So what is the wealth of Chaitanya Saraswati Math and the ideal is that it is the clear vision, if you like, of understanding Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev. This is the clear vision, really, for the whole world. We hope that everyone bit by bit can see that. And then the focus must be there. And the focus, some may think that is only for this generation because they were here just recently. It is surely not so. If we are still around after 200 or 300 years, then we can understand that those who are keeping the track of what is clean devotional service will have that focus. And as Krishna says, and Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that the message, his message, Krishna's direct message, that it gets colored according to the way that the receivers hear it. Those 10 people, 20 people, however many people, 3 people hear something, but then if they each go and give a class that evening of what they heard in the morning, then quite likely you're going to, even the same day, get 3 kinds of visions of that same class. I've come from a class of Guru Maharaj, and within minutes, the devotees are discussing and saying, wow, what a class, what a class. And within just minutes later, and each are like having a little argument about what was being said, and each of them was saying, wow, what a class. And I remember distinctly one class like this, and who the participants were in the talk as well. And I wasn't a participant, I was there listening to them, but I had my own opinion. And I'm thinking, no, I'm right. And each of them are thinking they are right. But I didn't say anything because it was among senior devotees. And this is coming from Guru Maharaj, coming just from the veranda of Guru Maharaj, the first steps downstairs for those who know his veranda. So we know that the message of our masters can get colored by the receiver, and then what is then delivered, what is being delivered, then it is colored by that. So as much as possible to focus on and try to understand the original nature, the original presentation, etc. So again and again we say there must be the focus, and there we'll get our unity. Hare Krishna. And what Gurudev wants, we can say, Praneshri is saying, oh, I'm dreaming, but what Gurudev wants, he's not a dreamer, but he's a hoper. And we are not, I mean, Praneshri is saying dreaming, but she doesn't mean it that way. She's an optimist and a hoper. And Gurudev giving us also direction for the future when he's being asked so many things about the mat, and if others take over the mat, what will we do? Gurudev directly saying, we will still go. Yes, you will go there to the mat. You will go to the mat. He's made it, all of that savor, the energy of the devotees, it's so that we can have a place to be. But we have to be there under the umbrella to see everything in the devotional way. And by staying in anybody else's temple, you don't see their dramas that have taken place, and this, that, and the other. There are all sorts of things are there. So at least we want to try to fulfill Gurudev's wish that we've directly witnessed and seen and heard. We don't need a third person and, oh, are they, like we have Srila Prabhupada said, so many things. And even recently, 2 days ago, I heard a story. Oh, and Srila Prabhupada did this. And I was very cautious about that. So, I mean, cautious means I'm not sure. I'd never heard it before. And it didn't sound like the Srila Prabhupada that we've kind of heard about from his disciples and from Gurudev, his best disciple, actually. So, many things we've seen firsthand. So someone may try to convince us something else, but when we've seen this with Gurudev, we say, well, Gurudev not only said it to appease somebody, he said many things. He gave so much expression. Gurudev gave direction. And so we've been able to see these things. And we're always a little unhappy when we hear something being taught which is opposite of what Gurudev would teach. And then we think, well, that's the way things go. Sevarupa Devarasi, giving obeisances with Kaila, first thing in the morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So many things we must try to make that one umbrella. And what did we hear this morning from Chintamani? She said about the ship, or that was you, Praneshwari? Ship.
It was me, that Srila
It
Guru
was you.
Maharaj has only one ship and we are all the passengers.
Yeah. And then there's that song in the Kirtan guide of Mahaprabhu standing at the Mahaprabhu. So let's take it to Mahaprabhu. Standing at the jetty, the ghat, the pier, calling everyone, come on, board my ship. I'm going to take you to the other side. Why don't you get on? I'm not even asking anything from you. And this way, we must get on this one ship. And what is Gurudev's ship? What's Guru Maharaj's ship? It's Mahaprabhu's ship. It's Rupa Goswami's ship. This one ship. We don't want one ship going to some island or in Hawaii, which, I mean, we heard that Srila Prabhupada said. Again, I didn't hear from Srila Prabhupada, and I'm not sure if I've read it anyway. But Srila Prabhupada said, I think I heard 3 places, but it said Hawaii is like the heavenly planet. Hawaii, Mauritius, and the Valley of Flowers, which is Hemakund in the Himalayas. I heard that Srila Prabhupada said those 3 places are heavenly places on earth, like heavenly places. So we don't want to get on separate ships, some going to this island, some going to that island, some going here and there. We want to be on one ship together. And in that song about Mahaprabhu boarding the ship, it says, what are the oars or the boat? So you got to go think of India or think of the old wooden boats. What are the oars of the boat that are being, when you ring the boat, they are the outstretched arms of the devotees in Sankirtan. So whatever excuse we have for devotees to come together, and we do look for excuses, I mean, many excuses automatically come. We have quite a full calendar, especially at some times of the year, like Kartik, for instance, but at times also there are quite a lot of festivals, as well as local festivals. Like this will be a local festival for Italy, where we have the installation today, but this will draw people not only today, but in the future. And by the way, still there will be a summer festival and open invitation, but please do keep informed from Manindra and Krishnakanta, from Shantimoy, from Madhurananda, from Shyama Sundar Prabhu, who's not here, but he's the solid pillar, the 5 pillars of Vila Govinda. He's not here because he married to Jai Sri Dedi, the daughter of Sri Lekha, and they've got 3 children, and they're living in California, in Salt Lake City, in America. So they're living there, but he is also very much a pillar. So the 5 pillars are making an open invitation for devotees to come for their summer festival, and this year it is also going to be a continuation of welcoming the deities, but also it's going to be the 20th anniversary of the ashram here, the actual 20th anniversary of specific signing date or something like that. So it is open invitation. Let us flood Italy with Krishna consciousness. And by the way, yesterday evening's kirtan, I think the whole of Merate, the local village across the valley, not just the people here, they definitely heard it, but across the valley, the doors were open to let fresh air come in, because so many devotees were there. All the doors were open, got these big doors, and the whole of Merate across the valley, they must have heard loud and clear the kirtan, because we hear just the dog barking over there. I mean, it's just the valley, and the other side of the valley is the village. So what to speak of woof woof, by a dog? We got, I don't know, 50 devotees or something in the Vila Govinda, all chanting. It was wonderful, wonderful to be in kirtan. And now you see the pilgrimages taking place, different groups of pilgrims taking place in India, out of circumstance also. But they're all engaged in also something very common, the chanting of the holy names in Sankirtan. There's a lot of unity. Yes, Priyanana Devi Dasi has surfaced with a light beside her. She's in the bunk bed, maybe. Ashram life means simple living and high thinking. Priyanana Devi Dasi, I believe you have a contribution for us today.
Dandavats to everyone. Well, I was just wondering whether we can watch somewhere today's installation, if you know. Yes. And I don't know, I'm just very happy to hear of your news and to see Navadvip and the ship, hearing about the ship of Srila Gurudev. I don't know, that's my contribution. We have like our own ship here, but I mean, now the spring is coming, the sun is coming, and it all gets a little bit more overjoy to see first rays. And we have these like colorful windows in that temple room. And Prithu Prabhu said, like, Oh, when the colorful light from those windows reach this particular place on the floor, it means the spring came. So we're just waiting when this sunlight comes to a particular spot on the floor. Yeah, and everything is going on. Yeah, but of course, watching your Zooms and so on, for me, it's really like nourishment. So very much appreciated, so to say. That's it.
Jai, and you've transported me to the beautiful temple room of the Lakhta temple of Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Madana Gopal Madana Mohan.
I think
Oh.
Guru Gauranga, oh my God, it's Madhava Sundar.
What? Madhava Sundar.
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay, Guru Gauranga Radha Madhava Sundar. Yes, correct.
Yes. And little
Hey.
Gopal.
And little Gopal.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you said Nitya Gopal for a second. It almost sounded like that. But
Oh, he's not so little. He's so small nowadays.
Hare Krishna. Yes, and you transported me there, and that really is a beautiful temple. And the deities look out over the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I wonder where else deities look out over the ocean. I mean, it's very unique. And the deities watch the surfer gliders. They have surfboards with parachutes, and they have this huge window. The deities see out and can watch people like doing sport. And you think, oh yes, the deities are happy to see, and they are no doubt the people getting Agyata Sukriti by doing this. It's some pleasure to see them, and the Lord must be happy. And those surfers, they do competitions there, and they look to the flag on the top of the temple and to see which way the wind is blowing. And they call it Hare Krishna Point. So they're all saying Hare Krishna Point.
Actually, one of our devotees, he said, how do you think I came? I was also kind of paragliding, and then the Lord maybe watching me and thinking, what's he's doing? Like wasting his time. Just it's funny.
I must admit, if I was a few years younger, I would quite like to give that a go. It looks quite sporty and not too crazy. Anyway, not now, not now. We're not going to have any thoughts left over, so we have to take birth to come back to do some paraglide surfing. Hare Krishna. I think we'll just also take the Lord's prasadam and watch them do it and be happy. And Tulasi Devi, exemplary savor of Tulasi Devi, headed by Saraswati Devi. She's still heading that service, Saraswati?
No, now it's not the Didi, but still
yes.
the Tulasi is excellent, in excellent condition. Oh, and now we got these two curry trees from Bhakti Lalita. We brought it here, and there are like small trees, and they stay with Tulasi Devi, and they have already a new leaf sprouted. And then Vijayaraman said we can transport them to Abkhazia, so that where the climate is more suitable for them. So maybe we'll have some curries there.
All right. And outside Gurudev's room in Navadip, we were there just now. They've got the curry tree also. So when they need spices in the kitchen, they just go out the door, pick the leaves, go back in and put the spices. They don't go to the supermarket.
Very convenient.
Jivanadidi, please, something from you. This is different ways we already explained, like a little bit special by coincidence in one way, but nothing's a coincidence. And 300th back to basics is a little unbelievable to me.
Super wonderful. It was super nice to hear from Priyanana. That was beautiful. And also from Praneshri, the ship. We're going to definitely remember about the ship. That was so nice. Let's see. Well, I was just not thinking anything. I was just kind of watching and was amazed that we got to see a little bit of the parikrama that's going on in Navadvip. And did you say, Maharaj, that Asha Maharaj and Jaran Maharaj are coming to Italy for the festival
did.
tomorrow?
Oh, not for the festival. They are now, they just arrived in India. So they are now also, you see, there's a bit of a flow of parikramas taking place over the months. It's not just a 1 day or a 1 week parikrama. And so just now, Ashram Maharaj and Janardhan Maharaj have arrived in India, and they'll be there for Gaurupanima. And after Gaurupanima, they're coming here. And I believe it's around the 22nd, 23rd of March.
Okay.
And similar time, Trivikram Maharaj is also coming. So the festival continues. And then we have a flow of devotees coming to Italy throughout this time and after this time and in April. So really quite a devotional flow. And then in June will be, sorry, end of June, beginning 30th of June, really the beginning of July will be the Italy Summer Festival. But that's later, even though June comes very quickly.
Yeah, everything comes quickly now, it seems like. But okay, that sounds good. I was just, I thought, Maharaj is in India. So he is, and they are in India right now.
Yes.
Just got, maybe, okay. And then continuing the parikramas. And I was surprised to see also Paramananda Prabhu and Keshavananda. That was really nice. Brudges there, and Christian Tamini and crew, Shotgun crew, super nice. So just was, I don't know, was just watching that and in amazement. And very beautiful that they could go to the Mat.
And they're with some newcomers as well as the established devotees. So nourishing for the established devotees and for the newcomers, then to get much inspiration from the parikrama. And we hope everyone's traveling under the umbrella nicely so that no rain lands on them. Only nectar. The umbrella, again, I'll have to look this up again. We looked it up last time. I think it's Varuna maybe gave an umbrella at the time of some big occasion, festival, and everyone is giving some special gift. He gave an umbrella which shaded you from the sun, like giving shade, and at the same time sprinkled down gentle shower from inside it. So this is the kind of umbrella, spiritually speaking, that we have to travel with. Ganga Leela and Dulal Krishna. And these names are here. Oh, because they're on the parikrama, is it? Jaidev Prabhu? Also in parikrama. Yes, okay. Yes, very good. Jai.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna.
And Maharaj, today is Bhakti Kushumashra Maharaj's birthday. He's in Delhi, and very humbly, he's taking the train tomorrow to go to Kolkata with about 20 devotees from Mexico.
Okay, beautiful. And I heard Madhu Chanda of the famous, all Madhu Chandas are famous, but I heard that she will also accompany him along with some others when he comes to Italy. So we're looking forward to that also.
Yes.
And Braja Mohini Dedi, I believe, is accompanying and coming. So anyway, part of that party, the Parikram party, will continue to Europe. They'll come to London, Italy, and Spain, as far as they've told me. Yes, for us, it was yesterday. It was Srila Bhakti Kushumashra Maharaj's appearance day, and very happily we gave honor, praise, happily mentioning about his wonderful history in devotional service. But it's not history, it is recalling the Leela, the pastimes of the devotees. And who are these people who really come to broadcast the message of Mahaprabhu through Srila Prabhupada, through Srila Guru Maharaj, through Srila Gurudev, and come to, in ashram, Srila Ashram Maharaj's case, you see, he's established many ashrams, like substantial ashrams around Mexico, and nourishes so many of the, especially everywhere, but especially the Spanish-speaking section. He's often going to South America and to visit Colombia and other places, Colombia and Ecuador, and also was Venezuela in an earlier day, and Brazil. I've seen photos. I'm not the person to say exactly where he goes, but certainly especially the Spanish-speaking section, then they get very much nourishment of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj by his presentation. And he's very organized person, and so he made official registration of the society quite early on, and with that official registration was able to establish these different centers under an unusual name. You know that name, but something like the Church Iglesia, the Church of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, quite a long name, which always had me a little bit gently amused, because Gurudev said about Dum Dum Park, how Guru Maharaj gave the name for the society there to be Sri Chaitanya Sarasvata Krishnanushilana Sangha, which is very difficult to put on in the few boxes you have if you want to make a check. But even longer than that is the official name that Ashram Maharaj gave, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really a long name. And then under that banner too, he himself, certainly, because I've been with him and Jai Balai Prabhu, when they've been scrutinizingly going sentence by sentence through Gurudev and Guru Maharaj's books in their translation, like very carefully making translations of books and publishing books, and so much for the dissemination, the spreading of Krishna consciousness under the banner of Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev. Only I mention in that order because that's the order that he also came in. And Praneshwari has put, these are the deity names, but he has, Shri Shri Guru Gauranga, Shri Nimai Sundar, Shri Chota Gaura, Radha Govinda, Shri Giriraj in Tikal, Mexico. That's the deities, but the society is quite a long name. Anyway, I can't find it just, I mean, I could find it, but I can't find it just now. But the point is that he made a society, and he fulfills the functions of the society, because when you make a society, you have to have the meetings, the income, the expenditure, and all those things. And he's very careful with doing everything properly. And every year he would come to Navadip, or almost every year he would come to Navadip. And he would also do collection, and he would do collection in Calcutta. And in Calcutta, he kept a book and a record, like of everything. So like a diary, but at the end of the day. So he had the people's names, addresses, how much they gave, some comment like this, the date, all these things. So that next year, he goes back to the same people as well as other people. And this way, he built up quite like a regular list of contributors. And this is also in the line of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The Srila Saraswati Thakur, he wanted that the public, so the devotees will meet the public, and that the public, they will give a donation. But he also wanted that they will give a pledge, that every month they will give 5 rupees, 10 rupees, whatever the amount may be. But not just to sign I suppose today you have something where you just sign something from the bank that automatically every month and 10 rupees comes out of your account. Standard payment or something like that, or I don't know what it's called. But anyhow, you can do that kind of a thing, but it's very impersonal. What Srila Sanatana Thakur wanted was that the devotees will go to that person. And we heard this from Guru Maharaj. The devotees will go to the person and collect the money from him. So it's a donation hand to hand. And that way also the connection with the devotee. And so the devotee can say something to the person, some Harikatha, and this way the continuing seva of the individual persons, but the value of associating with devotees, not only to collect some money from them. And in Guru Maharaj's own preaching and collection, and Guru Maharaj said that he wasn't so good at collection, and he quoted some of his godbrothers, but he was a good preacher. But when Guru Maharaj, he did collect. He may, humbly say that he wasn't very good at collection. Others could do, but he told how his collection was honest. It was not, as he said, that I would tell some story and rob the man, but that he will tell clearly and honestly what it is they're collecting for. And this way, clean dealings with everyone. So ashrama reminding us of this ideal of Srila Saraswati Thakur and this collection technique also of to regularly go to people to give association, and that he's telling honestly who we are. He's going there in his robes and everything, telling honestly what we're doing, who we are. Hare Krishna. And he's an enthusiastic football player. Hare Krishna. I have played football with him in Morelia in Mexico, the summer festival, winter festival, a few years ago. But I am thankful I was on the same team as him. Hare Krishna. Who I know that Ashram Maharaj and Shruta Shravar Prabhu, and maybe some other names come to my mind, but certainly Ashram Maharaj and Shruta Shravar Prabhu were very enthusiastic when it came to sport. Maybe very humble in their material life, but what is humility? Arjuna, you have to go out and fight. So what is humility if you're doing a sport? You have to go out and win. So there we are. We can accommodate all these aspects of devotional life. Hare Krishna. And maybe who would like to make a little contribution, a personal reflection on Srila Ashram Maharaj, because it is in America still, it is Vyasa Puja Day still. And here we all got together and we made a nice little video for Ashram Maharaj too and sent it to him, so that not just some words, but he could see the devotees in here from us all. So we also, we had a beautiful day yesterday, helped by all of these contributing factors, including Srila Ashram Maharaj's Sri Vyasa Puja. Who would like to make a contribution about Ashram Maharaj? Jivana, Praneshwari, Priyanana, you all know him. Radha Sundari knows him, no doubt, firsthand. Braja Sundari knows him firsthand. So many contributors. No, Braja Sundari didn't meet yet. Okay.
He is extremely humble. Is not a pose, is not an aspiration, is a fact. I sent him a message. We spoke today, and then I sent him a message because of his birthday. And his answer was so sweet. He said, it's a blessing for me in this path of devotion to count with the company of friends, devotees like you all. Very sweet, very
Jai.
sweet, so, so, so humble.
Jivana.
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually overwhelming to even think about Ashram Maharaj, because like you said, it's just unlimited what kind of a humble, beautiful soul he is at every single moment of every single day. Just one of the things I can say is that when we would I've been to 2 of the camps in Mexico, and he really, like Pranesh was saying, in a very genuine way, he really notices everybody, takes account of everybody, knows everybody's families and their names and everything. And then he really likes to engage everybody in the Sankirtan Seva. So when we were there, he would always organizing a Harinam party, and he would also organize for all of us to go out and do some collecting. And that was just such a beautiful thing. And he would really love to pay attention to the children and have all the children come. And then he would say, well, they used to be children, but now the children have children. So there's been many generations going through. And he is just an amazing, most amazing person. And he never stops, even when he would go to India, and you know about that, Maharaj, how he would take care of the cows. And one time he was taking care of the cows, and he brought hoses, the big loopy hoses, because that would help take care of the cows. And the devotees just thought that was just so funny, how his luggage is full of hoses for the cows. But that just barely touches the surface of Ashram Maharaj. Very illustrious personality.
And beloved, because everyone that meets Maharaj, everyone feels that sincerity and that dedication and gets inspired. Everyone loves him.
It's true.
Lakshmi Priya, yes.
Sorry.
No problem.
Something happened to my internet too. I froze. Or you well, I thought you all froze, but then I understood it was me who froze. So I may have missed something there, but I can just add just a little bit about, I also was by Ashram Maharaj's grace, I was at 2 of those festivals in Mexico, 2 of the winter festivals, those programs that take place, like they're 9 days long, not just for 1 day or 2 days. And Ashram Maharaj, he not only arranges everything, he does everything. So on the Sankirtan, he's there on the Sankirtan. And also one thing on the collection, I was very surprised. Ashram Maharaj is arranging some collection, and the devotees are going out, and he's going out, and he's there at the junction on the road where the traffic lights are. And when the traffic light is red, he's going down doing collection in his robes, everything, doing collection car by car with his collecting box. I mean, very humble. And this is in Mexico. So anyway, not only leader, he's leading also by example. And those festivals, I don't know how many now, it's many, maybe 40 festivals he's arranged. And others may be doing so much of the arrangement, but everything is done by his overseeing, his example, his care, and the devotees want to satisfy him. It's a natural thing, the relationship. It's not an army, it is the big Mexico family. And this is particularly about Mexico that we know about, but this is his nature. Yes, wonderful days. Let every day be a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math, and some may be bigger festivals. Now we've got, every day is a big festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. All right, so we're going to continue on this side of the world. And Praneshwari, somebody did put a link, Leela Moy put a link for the Facebook page of Vila Govinda, because devotees are asking if it'll be broadcast today. And both on Facebook and on Instagram. And I think Instagram is Vila Govinda Ashram, all one word. But Vila Govinda Ashram, it seems everybody can find everything on the net quite easily. I have mine as a favorite, so that I only have like 3 or 4. I don't go to many places. But then we've got this, but I don't know if I can see it. I'm not on Instagram now, so I can't see. But Instagram, they're going to broadcast, and Facebook also. So devotees, you're very welcome to join the Italy program today. A bit of a wrong time for some of you in the USA, no doubt, but not for everyone. Okay, Kyla, are you going to school today?
Yes.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
good girl. All right, dear devotees, it's time to draw a close to this 300th edition of the Back to Basics talk. And let us meet again at the 301st edition. Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Vishwarenya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. All the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. And the one ship of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. Stay on board, don't go to another ship. Another example, okay, we won't go down that road now. Other examples, a quick example, Gurudev saying sometimes about the express train. We want to go directly from here to Bombay, or now not Bombay, but Mumbai. We want to go directly on the express train, no stopping like that. We don't want to get off the train and go down some side line to some other place and then have to find our way back and then miss the train, everything. We want to go in a straight line. And something. Radha Sundari is on the parikrama too in Navadip. And they are somewhere. Oh, Champahati, did they say? So we started with some touch of Navadip Dham, and we're ending with a little touch of Navadip Dham by the grace of Radha Sundari, who's there. And I'll have to make it a bit bigger. I may not be the one who's going to identify the temple. Navadip Dham Parikrama ki Jai. Shiva Dandi Maharaj was
Dandi
there.
Maharaj, yes.
And I do know the temple, but I just can't, and I know where it is. I just can't put my finger, presumably Nitai and Gauranga. I can't put my finger exactly which temple it is. So I'm a bad guide right now. All right, dear devotees, from my side, I'm going to continue because things are going on in our world, and we'll be together on Facebook, Instagram a little later on. But anyway, always together with our head at the feet of our Sri Guardians. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
Hare
Jai.
Krishna. Govinda,
Joy.
Govinda. Time to go. See you all soon.
Thank you, Maharaj. We will see you soon.
Well, thank you all for a wonderful way to start the day in your association in Harikatha. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hare Krishna. Thank you. So very special. So wonderful. So in 2.5 hours.